Battlefield 1's In the Name of the Tsar DLC is set to offer the game a healthy new amount of maps, weapons, and modes. After getting hands-on with everything the DLC had to offer, I think it's safe to say we now have a new king for the best map in Battlefield 1, and that is Brusilov Keep. Brusilov, in my opinion, strikes a really good balance for Battlefield as a whole, in my opinion. It features urban gameplay as well as gameplay that can descend into forests and outdoor environments. It features both vehicular and infantry engagements, and it has a very good layout, especially in Conquest. The biggest standout feature of this map is the transitional gameplay between objectives. There's a really cool tone where things don't die down. In most Battlefield maps, I find it to be the case that when I'm transitioning from a central objective to one that's a bit further away, lots of the action and rush of the objective I was just on tends to dissipate, and it gets somewhat boring when heading to another objective. This is not the case in Brusilov Keep. The transitional gameplay between Objective B and Objective C as the two adjacent central ones is really hectic and intense. You have to use the river to the best of your advantage and try and use the environment as best as you can in order to avoid being taken out. You also have the other option of trying to battle through the urban buildings located opposite B and try and work your way down to C. Transitioning between those two objectives can get very messy, very hectic, and holding that entire central zone of the map can be key to winning the game. One of the coolest features is when you're trying to raid A or D. These two objectives are much more remote, but what's interesting about them is they offer two really open fields of play for players to engage in. When trying to attack A from objective B or C, you have to find yourself scaling this sort of cliffside that offers really good cover-to-cover gameplay, but because you're at a vertical disadvantage, it can often be an uphill battle. When transitioning from C or B to D, you have to fight your way through a town, and then there's this really big open stretch of just empty land, and you will either have to fight your way through this land or use smoke and cover in order to get into the remote village of D. And once you finally do get into D, the gameplay gets really intense because it's lots of building to building fire, lots of close quarters engagements, and things can get really messy really quickly. The map also features a train that runs through Bravo, Alpha, and Delta and can be used to lay down fire across the entire map. Now, I personally don't really mind this, I know some people did, because it's a very open train line that can be really easily exposed to taking weaponry fire and really easily destroyed if enough teammates converge on the behemoth at one point. Whilst this will make you lose some objectives, the ultimate goal of reducing that extra layer of firepower on the map will definitely be worthwhile. For those of you getting hands-on with Brusilov Keep for the first time, I have 3 top tips. Number 1, the sniper tower available in the town buildings east of B and north of C is very effective. If you can get somebody up in that spire with a decent enough sniper, you can really lay down some heavy fire on both B and C from that location, and even manage to take out a few targets at D as well. The northernmost bridge at B is also very important for capturing that objective and almost running control of the entire village. That is one of the most northern points of the map and is very tight to the edge of the map zones itself. If you control this bridge, you can effectively lay down fire across the entire river and also reduce the amount of enemies coming in from east and west depending on what team you're on. Having control of a singular bridge not only allows you to transition to C or A even more effectively, but also allows you to dictate almost the entire control of the central area of the map. So guys, that's it for Brusilov Keep. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and let me know what other maps you're excited for too. There's plenty of content coming in Battlefield 1's In the Name of the Tsar, and I'm sure lots of us are going to have a real good time with it. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you again in the next one.